Byrne and the Tourism Authority of Thailand and Canada are sending one lucky winner and a guest on a trip to Thailand. While you're there, you'll experience your very own Thai yoga class, and there's more details to come after the workout. Thailand offers unlimited activities and experiences for the wellness traveler. This yoga-inspired practice that I'll be sharing with you is something you can do in amazing Thailand if you win the sweepstakes. These moves are perfect to do in your hotel room or by the beach. Join me for this yoga-inspired flow, which is grounding, balancing, and it's gonna open up your hips. We'll begin with a grounded standing position. You can think of this as your tall posture. Flip your palms away from you, ground your feet, and maybe take this moment to close your eyes and find your breath. We'll take 3 focused breaths in through the nose and out through your mouth. Do this 2 more times, and as you do this, notice if you're gripping muscles in your legs, and if you are, try to relax them a little bit. Take 1 more full breath in. Feel that sense of being grounded here, and then I'd like you to drop your chin to your chest and allow your body to roll forward and down. Keeping your head super heavy with the knees soft, roll up. Let's do this 2 more times. Simple body roll to stimulate the spine, nice and gentle. As your head arrives last, we'll do this 1 more. Head is tall to the sky. 1 more like this. We're just gonna add on a little bit. So as you roll up, let your arms float over your head, circle them back, and then take it all the way down. And as you arrive, you'll twist your right arm up and straighten your knee. Circle your arm forward, down, and roll up to standing. Let's do that again. Arms reach up. As you dive down, just feel the flow. You'll reach your left arm up and straighten your leg, and then circle back down to center. 1 last time. Just start to feel the joints starting to limber up. Maybe if there's any stress, any kinks, they're starting to fade away. And as you're finding this flow physically, I also want you to focus on how and where you're breathing. And just let that feel organic to you. There's really no right or wrong. From this place, I'd like you to roll up to standing. Take a few shoulder rolls back and make your way to the back edge of your mat. From here, we'll reach up to the sky and allow our bodies to walk out into a strong plank position. So this will be your first sort of dynamic movement. Fingers are spread wide, shoulders are stacked over wrists. Send your tailbone up and maybe adjust your feet a little bit as needed. Take a few heel pedals here. Say hello to your hamstrings, your calves, your chest. And as you settle into the center, lift your heels, roll through your spine, and make your way back into your strong plank pose. Let's do that 2 more times. Hips rise up, heels press down. Lift your heels, scoop your tailbone forward, and again, find your way back into your strong plank. Last one, reach for the sky with your tailbone. Lifting your heels, feel the articulation through your spine. Take a moment to pause here. Now, as you set your knees down, take a big step forward with your right foot. Let's start just wider than the mat and then shoot your left heel back. We talked hips before, we're gonna do that again now. You have the opportunity to keep your foot on the outer edge of your mat or to walk it in so that the outside edge of your foot is in line with your mat. Let's move through the ankle. So I want you to feel the ankle bone starting to loosen up a little bit, maybe a deeper calf stretch, and then shift your momentum forward. Let your knees gently release down and untuck your toes. Let's see if we can tent our hands, roll your shoulders back, and present your heart to the sky. So we deepen the stretch through our hip, quad, and chest. Take a moment to breathe, and I'm gonna give you 3 options for your hands. Stay here, place your knuckles down, or bring them to a flat palm, your choice. Keep that slight forward momentum, and we're gonna go into an extension. Bring your heel towards your booty, and I want you to feel a little activation through your hamstring, through your glute, but primarily we wanna focus on lengthening the quad and the hip. Do this 1 more time, and now leave your leg lowing down, and I want you to take your right arm forward. We're going to twist towards the heel, and then reach back towards the nose. 2 more times, so we feel a little chest opener. As you're doing that, see if you can keep your weight heavy in your left hip. 1 more time. Bring your hand back down and resume either of those 3 positions, then rebend your knee. You can stay here or reach back. Maybe you just have a long extended arm, or grab your foot. We'll stay for 3 deep breaths. If you do have your foot, I want you to press it into your hand. Feel an external rotation with your right shoulder and make sure your right knee is drawing inwards towards your center. 1 more breath, everybody. Now, as you release your foot, reverse the circle back to center and let's lift the back knee. So we're gonna step in a little bit with our back foot. Turn it out and straighten your front leg. This is where we can make some adjustments. I'm gonna walk my foot in towards the midline a bit more. If you feel like you need to prop yourself up on your shin or maybe place 2 yoga blocks on either side of your feet, you can totally do that. Let's release into our right hamstring. Draw your hip towards your left heel. Relax your head towards your knee. Take 2 deep breaths. We want to pin the outer edge of our back foot into the floor. 1 more breath. Now bend your front knee. Press into your thigh and allow your chest to open. Let's shimmy the back foot away from us a smidge and resume a strong second posture. We've got our warrior pose. When I want you to think about streamlining your front knee right on top of your middle toe. Give the tailbone a tilt towards the front edge of your mat, and now straighten and bend your front knee. As you're doing this, the outside edge of your back foot is pinning down into your mat, and we start to wake up inner thighs as we continue our strong stance. Do this 1 more time and stay. From this posture, bring your left hand to your back thigh and open up your chest and your ribs by floating your right arm back. Let's breathe for 3. Find that focused and grounded breath that we started with for 2. Notice if you can get a little longer from your hip to your shoulder for 1. Let's resume our strong warrior pose. Straighten your leg and stay. Let your body hinge. You can place your hand on your shin or shimmy your fingers down to touch the instep of your foot. Cranking your top shoulder up towards the sky, you've got the option to look up or to look down. In your triangle, we want to focus on, again, your front hamstring and chest opening. 2 more breaths. You might start to find the body warming up a little bit more here. Sweat on the brow for 1 more breath. Let's go ahead and reach up and over to reverse our triangle. 3 breaths. Continue to squeeze your glutes, driving your hips forward. And again, allow your ribs to open. Last breath here. We're going to allow ourselves to cartwheel down to frame the front foot. And as you arrive there, let's walk the foot out wide and send the leg back. Bring your toes together to touch. Let's continue with the right leg. Lift it up towards the sky, breathe in. Now we're gonna float forward, stacking shoulders over wrists, knee to nose, breathe out. 2 more times, leg goes up, we stretch. And we pull the knee towards the nose, ribs lift, exhale. 1 more time. Let's finish with the leg lifted high. Feel the stretch. And then as you lower your foot, open your toes and your feet a smidge wider, bend your knees, and walk back towards your toes. Let's roll up, reach up, and we're gonna move to the other side. So just take a step to the opposite edge of your mat or stay where you are. I'm simply going to take the dive down and we'll revisit our strong plank pose. Remember, we started here before. Shoulders on top of wrists, and then we pike the hips up and find our downward facing dog for 2 deep breaths. Now, if you want to, you can keep the knees micro bent, but I want you to think about pushing the mat away from you for 1 more breath. Heels lift, tailbone tucks, and we ripple into our plank pose. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out and roll forward. 1 more time. Inhale up. And exhale to your plank. Let's set the knees down and bring the left foot forward. So we're resuming our lunge position. Your foot can be just outside of the mat or again, just inside. Let's tent our fingers and move through the back ankle. So a lovely way to kind of wake up your ankle joint, stretch your calf muscle. And this is good if you've been on a long flight to, let's say, Thailand. Shift forward, let your knees softly lower down and release your toes. Your hands can stay tented, you can work on your fists, or you can place your palms flat. Let's all press the chest up and sink down into the hip. Take a couple moments here to feel the length from your hip to your knee, and use your breath to just kind of scan your whole body and see what you feel. We're here for one more breath. We'll keep that forward momentum as we now bend and extend the back knee. So this is where we want a little action through our hamstring and our glute. I'm hugging my left knee in towards my midline here as well. 2 more. Head reaches forward, chest reaches forward. 1 more. As you lower your leg, we're now going to ground the right hand and twist the left shoulder open. Let's reach out towards the nose and then breathe out towards the heel. 1 more time. Reach forward, keep the strong standing arm. And now replace your hand down, keep that momentum, and bend to hold. You can stay here. You can reach back. Maybe you're just kind of reaching towards the toes. Or if you can grab your foot, go for it and kick your foot into your hand. 3 breaths. Definitely feeling a little warmer now. 2 more breaths, in and out. And let's see if we can externally rotate the left shoulder a bit more for 1. As you release your leg, bring your hand back down. We're gonna pick up the knee and step in a little towards center. So let's shimmy the front foot in towards the midline and pin the outside edge of the back foot. Pull your left hip towards your heel and let's start in our lovely hamstring stretch. Woo. So we're trying to draw the hip back to square just to deepen the length. Again, you can prop yourself up on blocks or use your shin or your quad for support here, but we're just here for 1 more breath. Bending your front knee, press into your thigh and lift your chest. Let's walk the back foot out a smidge so we've got some space to resume our second strong warrior pose. Squeeze your glutes and allow your tailbone to tilt forward. Front knee is lined up over toes, and we want to press our shoulders down here. Take a strong gaze over your middle finger and stay for 2 more breaths. So we want to feel tall, rooted, grounded. 1 more breath. Now pressing through your front foot, let's rise up and then resume with bent knee. 2 more like this, up. We want to try to keep the knee over the middle toe for 1. Now stay here. Reaching back with your right arm, let's open up the left side. Feel the ribs opening up. Feel the stretch from your shoulder to your wrist. Deepen your breath. Let's go 1 more here. Carefully, with control, come back to that strong stance and straighten your front knee. Hinge at your hips. You can start, hand on thigh, shin, or bring the fingertips to the instep of your foot. Let's twist open the top shoulder and allow that stretch to happen. We're master pros here now on the second side as we take 2 more strong and centered breaths. And again, your focus can be up or down. 1 more breath. Keep the front leg strong and allow yourself to come up and over to reverse your triangle. 3 breaths here. Doing so good. We are coming to the home stretch with 1 more breath. Now as we cartwheel down to frame the front foot, back heel lifts high, and we step back into our downward dog. As you arrive, bring your toes together so they're streamlined, and let's lift the left leg up, pointing at the toes. Breathe in. Now breathing out, we round the spine and bring the knee to the nose. 2 more. Inhale, feel your stretch. Exhale, feel the lift from your ribs. Last time. Send your leg up, 1 last stretch at the top, and then lower your toes. And this time, simply roll forward, drop your knees, and let's resume into a child's pose. Now, if you'd like, you can kind of shift from side to side. Arms can be placed along your sides or resting on the small of your back. And you can also turn your head from side to side just to release your neck. Just take another breath wherever you are. And then I simply want you to come to a seated kneeling position. We'll swing our feet around to the front, and we're just going to do some spine rolls here. Hands on your knees. Take a deep breath, feel that tall seated posture. And as you breathe out, let your body roll towards your toes. Breathing in, sit up tall, feel that Nice rooted posture. And then breathing out, release your head. One more time. As you feel the roots of your sits bones pressing down, sit your upper body tall. Bring your left fingers to the floor and let's just take one side body stretch. You can peek down at your mat. Make your way up and over to the center, to the other side. And then last but not least, as you come to center, let's bring thumbs to our center. Close your eyes. And as you're seated in this position, I want you to be aware of what your body is feeling. Likely you're feeling a little more energetic, your joints are maybe feeling a little more limber, but also I want you to feel how you're rooted, how you're tall in your seat, and how you're more connected to your body and your breath. Let's all take one more full breath together, in through the nose. Relax your jaw and let it out. And that will conclude today's workout. Thank you so much. See you next time. I hope you're feeling balanced and zen. Make sure you head to dailyburn.com/sweepstakes to enter for your chance to win a trip to Thailand. Remember, Daily Burn and the Tourism Authority of Thailand and Canada are sending one lucky winner and a guest to amazing Thailand. And while you're there, you'll have the opportunity to experience your own Thai yoga class. The sweepstakes will be open until September 25th. Don't miss your chance to win this incredible trip.